What's up, guys? Back for another episode of Barbells and Banter, the last one for 2024. I can't believe that this year is done already. So we did a big recap. It's been a huge week for us. Ben had his photo shoot on Wednesday. I did an impromptu last-minute photo shoot this morning, so I'm looking so tanned. So we gave you guys a bit of a recap just on how those went. Talked about the week. We did a bit of a lifestyle shoot. Talked into our future goals, what we're trying to get out of next year, just in terms of our own training. Some events we've got coming up for STCfit. And then fielded some questions, some good memories from the year, what we want to see in 2025, and just some parting advice we would give for people who are wanting to take their training to the next level in 2025. Before we get stuck into the pod, thank you so much for your support across the year. Like I said, at the end of the pod here, Ben and I put a lot of work into this to, mainly for ourselves sometimes, but it is for you guys in getting as much insight out of your training and stuff as possible. So we do appreciate your support and listening. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button or the follow button, wherever you are. If you listen to the podcast, share it, tag us, get it out there to other people just like yourself. It really helps us with the message. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. Get into the episode. Enjoy yourselves. Ooh, the wrong time to turn that on.
The boys are on.
Absolutely. Hey, we haven't spoken about this, and you don't really know what's going on in the world at the moment.
Never.
Have you heard about this drone situation though that's going on in the States?
No.
Have you? No way. All right. So I don't know everything. However, apparently there's been tons of sightings of heaps of drones flying over around New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So there's videos of these drones with flashing lights and shit in the sky, and people are like, what the fuck are these? And there's lots of them. So now everyone's like, well, are they ours?
Mm-hmm.
Are they the Chinese?
I really want to try and do a Donald Trump saying China impression right now, but I'll fuck it up.
China. Yeah, so now people are like, well, what's going on? Who's are they? And then they're like, we can confidently say they're not a threat, and it's like, well, can you say that?
You don't know whose they are.
Yeah, and they're like,
wowzers.
Yeah, not really giving people much information about them. And then I think I saw something yesterday where this airline plane says it hits a bird, and the engine fails, and they had to emergency land with the other engine.
Yeah, and it's a drone.
Well, it looks the video because someone's filming out the window. Yeah. It looks like it's not a bird.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So they're flying over airspace and shit, and no one knows where they are. It's pretty terrifying.
It's like this balloon. Wasn't there that balloon that they were like, we don't know what this
is?
Yeah,
the Chinese, the balloon they shot down last year.
Yeah.
So then, everyone's
like, it's a weather balloon.
Yeah. And then they hacked it, and they're like, hang on a minute.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So,
wow.
So obviously the fucking tinfoil hats come on after that, right?
Yes.
So.
Love a good conspiracy.
Apparently, there's been a nuclear missile that's been taken or some shit.
Taken?
Yeah, ages ago. And apparently people are like, oh, well, these drones are trying to find it. And then they're like, well, the drones don't have the technology to detect the radiation.
You don't know.
Of the missile, because the missile, the whatever you call it, the nuclear bomb.
Yeah, the head.
Is inside the missile.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden people are just like, hang on a minute. There's a nuclear missile.
Yeah. That these aren't accounted for.
Yeah. I was like, how do we not know about this shit? And then I don't know. So
fuck me, man.
And then so
I really like not knowing about the world.
On top of that, yeah, it's pretty good. So then I just, because I watch YouTube, it just goes, it's just in your face, it's got a news bit up the top. And then people are like, they're just trying to sensitize us now.
Okay.
To drones.
Yeah.
So they're saying that it's the government. But they're trying to just make it, they're trying to pretend that it's not them. And they're just throwing them out there to see what we do. Because eventually, drones are going to be used for everything. Yeah. They're going to deliver parcels. Yeah. They're going to deliver food. They're going to...
I'm glad you went there and not fucking Spy Nation.
Well, obviously they are. And then that's the next generation of warfare as well.
Yeah.
The drones are going to, be sent out to, demolish, targets and areas and whatever.
Facial recognition.
Yeah. So then I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. So there's a device, and they call it Leonidas. And what it can do is generate...
It sounds pretty badass.
as soon as like when I heard that, I'm like, my next dog's gonna be called Leonidas. It uses this element that can generate a significant bout of energy all in one hit, and it vaporizes the electronics of the drones instantly. So this thing is like, it looks like a SAM turret. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically, those big missile things that have the boxes on the tops and they shoot the missiles out.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like that, and it just fucking can fan across like all these drones and just wipe them out. Yeah. So there's all this technology like that.
Wow.
So there's technology made to like, fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to make counter
of course.
Counter-offensive stuff to neutralize it. Because obviously,
other people have it too.
Well, they reckon the Chinese are like 10 years ahead in terms of like technology when it comes to drones and shit. So yeah, I went down a mad rabbit hole on that.
Fuck.
But yeah. Apparently just at night time, they're just flying around. Just drones. So there you go.
Bro. That's scary shit.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. I don't know how I feel about it.
Just opens so many doors. Like social credit score shit and all that. Like if you want to get real fucking foil hat.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so the dude that assassinated the healthcare person. So apparently, the guy, the director, was supposed to go to court that day to testify for like some, what's it called when someone knows something about like a business deal and then they do trading, future trading? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So anyway,
insider trading.
Insider trading.
Yeah.
So apparently he was supposed to go and testify for this thing that was going to expose like a $500 million deal or some shit, and he gets taken out
under the guise that it's like Robin Hood.
Well, and then this guy apparently is getting all these firms, these multi-million-dollar firms, like just going pro bono on his legal fees. So like something's that up there, and then everyone was like, "Why would a dude take every single piece of evidence with him, go to a McDonald's, talk to someone, still have the gun, still have the silencer, still have everything on him at the same time if he was like
as good as he was?"
Yeah. So they're like, it just doesn't make sense.
And then it's the perfect storm because, everyone loved the...
Yeah, apparently their jacket he's got sold out.
Yeah.
There's this like denim jacket with the hood. Apparently can't buy it anyway because everyone's bought it. Isn't that nuts?
It's terrifying, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so I heard that yesterday because I obviously had a big drive yesterday going back.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's put the tinfoil hat on for 2 hours.
Let's find out. It's still Rogan.
Rogan, mainly Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The Rogan was like the conspiracy theory that then I'm into this like combat military stories.
Yeah.
And is it like Sean Ryan or whatever? He has like a sick ass podcast.
Right.
Brings out like ex-vets and they just tell stories about catching Osama bin Laden and
sick.
Saddam Hussein and just like a guy who's like an A-10 Warthog fighter. So those guys just go in and vaporize targets to help like ground force.
Yep.
And the way he was just talking about it was like it was a video game.
Yeah. We have to, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You can't be anywhere else for that.
Yeah. They're like, what's your favorite weapon? And he's like, the turret. It's like it shoots 1,000 rounds a second.
Fuck. A second?
Yeah. Just goes zzz, and it just fucking, and he's like, he goes, when you strafe, he goes, you could just take out heaps of shit. So they use that when their allies are close.
Yeah.
But if they're not close, he's like, just drop a 500-pound bomb on them.
Fuck.
That's how he's just so chill talking about it. It's like, get him out of the danger close zone. Goes, drop the Hail Mary from the sky. Goes, the guns go real silent after that.
Oh, that made my hair stand up, bro.
It's crazy stories because I have that like
me.
morbid curiosity. I just like love combat.
Yeah.
Just love the stories, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. We won't talk about it too much more because everyone will probably get bored. So there's this other guy, and he like did all his missions solo.
Mm-hmm.
So they would just send him in, and they're like, we need you to just blend in, get to this compound, let us know if this target's there. So he'd just get dropped in the middle of fucking nowhere, like 4 or 5 hours out in like Afghanistan. He would like dress up. He would go buy clothes.
Yeah.
He would hitchhike to a thing. He would then get another ride to this, half a day later. He's at the the suburb or whatever you want to call it, and then he's got to just like go past the compound. Yep, person's there. You know, and he said there was this one time when like, he had a gun to his chest at a checkpoint, and then he had to like, he's like, what am I gonna do if I talk? I'm dead. So he faked being like having special needs. So he just like started just making noises and, you know, just yelling at him and shit, and then they're just like, fuck, get this guy through. Crazy stories, man. Yeah, crazy. And the way he talks, he gets excited about it.
Yeah,
like he's just, it was like he was born to do it.
Yeah,
kind of like that story that Chris Williamson told the guy that just kept going to war and getting shit cut off, and then he'd just go back to war. Like, some people just built for it, bro.
Fuck,
just like modern day gladiators.
Yeah.
You know? Like, because back in the day, they would have just like, they just had a sword.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, cool. Who's next?
Yeah.
Like, you bring your greatest fighter, and I'll bring mine, and let's have it out.
Yeah. Fuck. That's mad.
Yeah. That's sick. Anyway, thank you for still listening, if you're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the pod.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel good now. Yeah. I'm really full because I just had like a meal.
More food than you've had in 3 months.
Yeah, well, I had more fats than I've probably had in the last week. Yeah. in a meal.
Sitting. Yeah.
But yeah, like, it was good. So for the listeners at home, we had a last minute dip in for a photo shoot for myself, because Ben talked me into to doing something, because said I was just like a bit of a waste to not have something at the end of it, which I'm really grateful for, because I didn't think I didn't have the idea of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the idea that I was like, I'll probably look at a show in the next couple of months and next 6 months maybe, and then that seems like it's just going to be delayed a bit. So then I was like, well, if I'm not stage conditioned, then there's just no, I'm not there yet. So I'll just, go back to the drawing board and continue to improve. But yeah, it was, thank you for being like, you need to get something out of this, bro.
You're welcome. Yeah, so we're doing now like my final pose assessment. You ran through your rounds. I was like, bruh, you can't just fucking be like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to eat now. Like, fuck off. Are you kidding? Look at you.
Yeah, it hurt. Because like, I was like, when Ben's done, I'm done. Because I've always just had
it's a few days.
It was the same timeline,
Yeah.
And then we had our Christmas party with our friends on the weekend. So I was like, all right, I'll eat a little bit. And then, it's not that big of a deal. And then when we were like, we'll do it next Friday, I was like, fuck. And then I did eat a bit on the weekend, like with Christmas, but didn't go overboard. But you just eat food that you don't normally eat. You kind of just feel shit. And then I don't think I had a carb until yesterday afternoon, like legitimately, nothing. Just ate protein and vegetables for 4 days. Yeah. So today, last night I was a bit like, am I gonna tighten up?
Yeah.
And then this morning I woke up and I was like, oh, we're on.
Yeah.
I sent you a bathroom shot in the towel.
I got the towel fit finally. Fucking made it.
I was like, I have no one else to send this to.
And I was like, I've got one in the holster ready to go.
I was like, I have no one else to send this to. My wife sees me flexing in the mirror all the time.
Yeah. And doesn't fucking care.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to send it to Ben. Yeah. 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 She's so funny, man. I think she's just used to it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, you look good.
Yeah.
Like, you look good. I'm like, thanks. Babe. I guess every night I'm just flexing in the mirror, so she just doesn't see the change.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hilarious. That was funny. But I'm keen to kind of get your experience of it, because you didn't have the photo shoot in mind. The photo shoot prep has been really interesting for me, because it's like, this was my first internally competitive endeavor since powerlifting. Like, I did a 5K. It was like, in my head, I was just like, you just don't have to stop. I wanted sub 30, and I did a 100-meter sprint, but I had no reference point of like what was fast. I just knew I was slow.
Yeah.
So this was the first time I was like, and those were like, I need something to motivate me to get in shape so I could make a human. Like, it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The outcome wasn't actually exciting.
Need to get healthier, and you need moving more was the goal, and you're task orientated. So setting the task is how you show up. Yeah.
Whereas this was just like progressively. I put a post up. It was like, I went back to the gym 4 days after Elijah was born, and I came home and just like fucking turned the house upside down, cleaned, cooked, meal prepped. Amy was taken care of. Bubs was taken care of. Just like demon. I'm like, okay, this needs to happen every day.
Yeah.
Like I just need an hour
Yeah.
to make that happen. And then like it progressed into, well, now I'm going to control my food. And then I think it almost became like, these are the two variables that I can control in my life.
Yeah.
Because everything else is fucking chaos. So it's like, I can train.
Yeah.
I can choose what goes in my face. So let's do that.
When things are getting rough,
Yeah.
I know I double down on those things so much to just feel like I have control of something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. I was chatting with a client during the week who goes like it's that emotional eating kind of thing that goes the other way.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if you just flipped it. Like, it sounds like when life gets chaotic, you seek control. And the control is, I'll do whatever the fuck I want with food. Like, no one else can decide that for me. And I was like, I wonder if you just went the other way.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to take, and this is my control.
Yeah.
It's like, I get to choose the Tupperware, I get to choose the protein, I get to choose the workout.
Yeah.
And see how that goes.
Yeah. I definitely think that for some, it's that mindset of how you frame what's happening to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't frame it like that. I frame it as like, I'm taking L's everywhere.
Yeah.
So how do I take a W?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
go gym.
Yeah, I know I can take a W at the gym.
Yeah.
Or if like, for whatever reason, you might be temporarily injured and the gym's not where you take the W. Nutrition.
Yep.
Go for a walk.
Yep.
Do something for your work.
Just have to find a win.
Find a task that you can nail. It's like this week I did this.
Yeah.
I'm just really trying to push that notion myself and with my clients of like trying to stack wins.
Yep.
And they don't, it's funny when you tell them they think it's a great idea, but it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But they're not stacking
Until
wins.
you do it.
Well, when they feel shit, I'm like, start stacking the wins. And they're like, oh, of course. And I'm like, let's write a list of where they are.
Yep.
A week in, they're feeling amazing.
Yeah.
Because, or 2 weeks in, they're just stacking one after the other and all of a sudden they just become unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we locked into the STC shoot.
Yep.
And I reckon it was 4 weeks out. So I was doing the cycle diet. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I'm just getting cheap. Like,
yeah, that progressed.
Whatever. And it was like last 4 weeks. I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'll give it a crack. Well, it was about 6 weeks out. I was like, fuck it. Let's go. And then 3 weeks out, I was like, things are changing rapidly. This is already the best shape I've ever been in.
Yep.
Why not just... How many other opportunities am I going to have to do a photo shoot?
Yeah.
Like, to this detail.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So it was a weird like, evolution. But I think I was talking to you about it, like, comp day for powerlifting, you have the conversation of, all the hard work's done, bro. You've done the work. Now you just get to go have fun. And I say that to every client,
Yeah, but it's not.
But you can still squat high. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you can still not get it up.
You can still fuck it up.
It's like, go and lift the heaviest lift you've ever lifted, but the hard work's already done.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, yes, but no.
It's like it's one of those things that you just say.
It's not true, but it's useful.
It's a morale booster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I fucking love that quote.
Yeah.
Might not be true, but it's useful.
That's it. It's a morale booster. You know?
So the photo shoot was like legit. You're done, bro. Like, the tan's on, the food's in, you're done. Yeah. Just go and enjoy it.
And like, it doesn't matter even if you fuck up the posing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is honestly the perfect environment.
Yeah.
It's like, you look sick, you feel great.
Yeah.
Going to the gym, you don't have to worry about like, oh, where's my pinky and where's my wrist?
Especially like good photographer, you there. Yeah, like,
that's what I mean. It's like, if you have a good support network around you, it's the best fucking day ever.
Yeah. Shout out to Mitch, because it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Positioning and stuff was really good.
Yeah, it was great.
So yeah, that was interesting. It was an interesting experience to like not be anxious, like quote unquote game day.
Yeah. That's the thing I thrive on the most, is as a like someone who's been involved, like as the coach, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
When I see my guys and girls, like even just BTS, because you might not be there, and you can just see they're fucking loving themselves sick.
Yeah.
And like, you were so happy that day, you're so confident, just walking around like a bit of a swagger, like, that's fucking really fulfilling, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're not. It's like, I'm not claiming that I was the reason. But it's like, I got it.
You're a part of it.
Well, you got into the game to facilitate that for others, man. So when you see the shots and when they send them to you and they got, there's a fucking emojis or they're smiling, they're like, look at this shot, coach. I'm like, oh, this is just fucking.
There's a moment at Dolly's that I was like, so we were like third tunnel over. I was like, oh, I just got to pee quickly. and I got like to the door of the bathroom. I was like, I have no shirt on. Let's just walk through a gym with no clothes on. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
It's like that in itself was like,
yeah, man.
fuck. And people
Especially
think
what we've spoken about in the past, man, just about not having that confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then to just get it.
Yeah.
Not just get it, develop it.
Yeah.
It's big, man.
Yeah, it's wild. It's a really, really fun experience.
Yeah, it's hard to, isn't it? Or isn't it hard to explain how that feels? But you'd love to give it to everyone.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the hardest part is that you've got to do the work.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
yeah, because you can't just. You just want to be like, just feel this for 30 seconds,
and then you'll be hooked,
and then go do it.
Absolutely. If you could give them a taste, they would run through brick walls.
Yeah,
you know,
to feel that again.
Yeah. Because I know even this, like, just coming off this morning, like I behaved like there was no one else in that gym.
Yeah.
And there was like 30, 40 people.
It was busy by the time we left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Where there's times when I'd be like, oh, fuck.
This guy's looking at me or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know? And I was just doing my thing.
Mm.
It's a great feeling. Just having that. Yeah. And like, the photos are going to look so good. Yours are going to look sick. Like, all of them are going to look sick.
Yeah.
Just like, I love that anticipation now.
It's taking
me
like
he's in there doing them now, and I'm like, what are they going to look like? You know, and you've got Mitch doing yours. Like,
even Sam's ones from far away are like from behind the scenes kind of. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, man. Even the lifestyle ones, dude. I'm like, that's not me. So weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Tam's good at, like, when he catches you off guard, they're the best ones.
Yeah.
He's got a couple the other day, like chicken dog.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like it. Yeah.
Like, can you just follow me around everywhere now?
Yeah.
And I'll just wear nice outfits.
Yeah, there's a shot of Mimi and I walking, and it's fucking busy, and it just looks like the seas have just parted for us. Probably because there's someone with a camera in front of us.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I can see why no one says hello to me in the street. Just like the way I'm standing, the look
walk
on my face, just like, yeah, I get it. Until I'm like, hey, and they're like, oh, okay, you're a nice person.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, because I have like social anxiety face.
Yeah.
And then like, because I have a resting bitch face, and then I get social anxiety. It's like putting that until I warm up. So you put those over. It's like, no one's going to approach this man.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you go with the over the top, like, hi, how are you? And they're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm great.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah. So yeah, super pumped. I was super excited. I think I was having to think about it. I'm like, why have the results been so good the last 12, 18 months?
Yep.
And I reckon I've put it down to one thing.
Mm.
We started booking photo shoots again.
Yeah.
Because you remember that period where we couldn't?
Yeah.
And like, we both got like massive. But like, we never...
Some more than others.
Yeah, well, yeah. But then like, we never really got in real good. Like, I always trimmed down a tiny bit, but I never got...
Yeah.
Like, there's a period where you don't see any photos of me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just kind of like... Not,
okay.
Yeah, I'm just like mid, but mid for me. Because I know there's people going to be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got back out, we booked that first photo shoot, and I was like, oh, I'll have a little go.
Yeah. And
then we did the second one, and had another dip, and then we did the third one, and I was a bit bigger, but I still showed up, which was super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then we did this one.
Yeah.
And I just think having those...
Tam and I were talking while we were at ordering breakfast this morning. He's like, fuck, the difference between last year's photo shoot, like November, the one that I prepped for.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I was so happy with how I looked.
Yeah.
So happy. And I look at him now, I'm like, bro, you were fat.
Me too. I was so happy too. And I was like, because, I was like, oh, I've got big arms, I've got this. And then I'm like, bro, you're so soft in those photos. Like, you look like you just started your diet.
I actually didn't realize.
As if, me.
Yeah. I actually didn't realize I still had the waist.
Mm.
It was like, I'm fucking 58 kilos at 22. Like, when I started in the gym, I was a miniature human. But then I did so much powerlifting, and I got to fucking 102 kilos and whatever. I just, like, in the morning, if I flexed under the light, I had abs. Mm. So I was like, well, if I was to keep dieting, I'd just have more.
Mm.
And they'd be more detailed. So, like, cool, bro. Like, whatever. And then, like, the last 6 weeks, it just went narrow. And I was like, oh, you've been real fat for a long time. Like, that's underneath there. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually not round
No.
through the midsection.
There's some shape there, my man.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
I think having also, like, I don't know about you, but I know for me, I was like, if I'm going to go 12 months to 12 months, I'm fucking annihilating that person.
Agreed.
Like, that past version of me doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
And I think that's also been a real cool bit of competition because, like, I don't have anything else. You know, I've always just, like, I don't really do events and, you know, whatever. We've got to create them.
Yeah.
Because the sport of, like, physique development, even just bodybuilding from a hobby level, it's like photo shoots are the best way to keep you, you know, kind of accountable to a date. You know, there are some people, and I can definitely do, like, you know, 80% of the time keep myself good, but it's like to get that extra 20%, you've got to have a date.
Yeah. And
then it's like when you've got last year's version of you on your phone. Yeah. You're like, this guy's going down, bro. You know, I love that competition.
So I didn't realize this till the other day. So we used to do a November shoot every year.
Yeah.
Like fucking STC fitness days.
Yeah. All the time.
Was November every year. Then I started competing. I always did Spring Cup every year.
Yeah.
I only competed once a year. Then we had 3 years off.
Yeah.
And then last year was November. This year was November or December.
Yeah. End of year.
Like, okay, so I'm just going to... I've got a thing again. It's like another... And I would put on 40, 50 kilos on my total every year in powerlifting. Yeah. It's like this is the same now. Yeah. It's like the comparison from last year to this year is that same jump. It's like it happens the same next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like another year older. I have the benefit of you being like two years older than me. Yeah. So I'm like, Jay's still getting better.
Fucking hell.
I can still get better for at least another 2 years.
We can get better. Mate, we can get better for a really long time.
Yeah.
We can get better for a really long time. Bodybuilders don't hit their prime till now.
Yeah. I've already written my list.
Yeah.
Triceps.
Oh, yeah. That was one of my questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your goals? Hang on. So what are your training plans for 2025? Where are the gaps?
So triceps, I still want my chest bigger. I'm very happy with the progress I've made in my chest.
Yeah, you've done a lot of work on it.
Like, when Mitch is like, fuck, you such a nice chest. And you were down the back of the room like, bro, you just made his life.
You don't understand what you've just done to this man. That was worth the money in itself.
Yeah. And then I'd like to bring my legs back.
Yeah, which will be super easy.
My hammies are always pretty good. I miss having big glutes, and I've never had big quads.
Yeah,
so.
that'll be super easy to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will make a big difference to the look, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm genetically favored in my back. Like, yeah. So that'll just stay. If I can have a chest that matches my back, glutes will be easy, quads will be hard. And then if I can get triceps to match
quads
my
will
triceps.
be easy. Quads will be easy to develop. They'll be hard to train. Because it hurts.
Because it's hard, yeah.
But once you start doing it, they'll just...
Yeah, I've just never had them because like the way I squat doesn't favour.
Yeah, so now you've got to pick movements that get real deep.
Just be new.
In terms of the knee flexion and shit.
Yeah. So I'm going to move our Super Saturday sessions are going to be legs. Because like I can just fucking destroy myself and go home and go to bed.
You'll be on your own on those ones.
That's fine.
Yep.
I'll
leg day is Wednesday.
I'll recruit someone.
Wednesday? Thursday.
Yeah, I got too much shit to do.
Yeah, I don't... You know why I don't train legs with other people? Is because like I always have to try and beat them.
Yeah, well that's kind
of...
And
then if I hurt myself, I can't do anything.
So I think I might do like a heavy, upper lower heavy light.
Yep.
Heavier at the start of the week. And then that'd be like a volume leg day. So I might like squat.
Yeah.
Squat RDL early in the week.
Yep.
And then like find either a pendulum or a leg press and a leg extension. Just
Yeah.
break myself.
You know what? I'm going to take back what I just said because I'm going to try and not be so habitual and I'll be a little bit more flexible.
Come train legs with me.
Well, I'm actually thinking about writing a upper-lower split that has 8 workouts in it.
Oh, yeah, so cycle over fortnight?
Yeah. So, you know, like you'd ride an upper-lower split for 1 week and then another upper-lower for the next. But you just wouldn't treat it like a week. You'd do 2 days, day off.
Yeah.
Or even 2 days, 2 days off, 2 days. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about doing 8 workouts.
In a fortnight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Running that. And then, like, they're just super low volume. Not super low, but, 10, 12 sets a session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then by the time you get back to that exercise, it's been like a week and a half.
Yeah, it's fresh.
So
Train 5 days?
no. So
We'll do 4. So it's 8 a fortnight.
So I'll do, that's it.
Yeah.
So I'll do 8 a fortnight. And yeah, like by the time, and when I do the next upper day or the next lower day, it's not going to have something that's going to affect the recovery of like the lower day that I did previously.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and, I've
So
just got to map it out. I thought about it when I was walking Mav the other day.
just as you were saying that, I had this thought of like the heavy days. So like 2 days doing posterior, anterior. So like heavy push, heavy squat, heavy pull, heavy hinge.
Yep.
And then
do a lot.
pro days.
Yeah. So
push, pull, leg.
Yeah, I've done that. I do that with there's some programs in the app that you'd be able to look at that I've got.
Sounds really fun. I would like that.
Yeah, I have a couple of programs where it's like posterior, and then I think it's like push, pull, leg.
Yeah.
But you could easily do posterior, anterior.
Yeah.
And then
because I'll keep training 5 days. I'm liking it.
Yeah, I think I'll just do I'll just start the next workout. I think that's how I was going to play it out in my head.
Yeah.
And then it's like if a workout falls on a Sunday, I just won't go. So then I'll have 2 days off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how that's going to go. How I'll be able to program it in the app. I'm going to have to program like 2 different weeks, and then just copy them into the calendar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To build it out.
Yeah, because you have to write 2 separate. Like week 1 will be a different program to week
Correct.
2, and then you'll just have to duplicate those.
Yeah.
Which will be okay. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that because then it's like you get high frequency of muscle group exposure.
Yeah.
But then you don't do the same movements. So if you be and if you be very selective with the exercises, like you'll most likely be able to like train one region of a muscle, even if the other region of the muscle was worked like earlier.
Yeah.
In the week.
Yeah, it's cool.
Especially with big muscles like your quads and your lats.
Yeah.
It's like you'll be able to do, like a vertical pull and then a horizontal one.
Yeah.
A couple of days later.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Well, just gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah. Look at the boys. Excited.
Yeah.
I sent my wife the photos of the 2 of us. She's she's like, I'm sitting here smiling, just looking at them.
Yeah, it's mad.
Just like you guys look like you're just having so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I took what was it? Wednesday when you had the photo shoot? Like I needed a little bit to warm up, to defrost.
Yeah.
Because I had a shit 24 hours.
Yeah.
As you know. But once you started doing it,
yeah,
I was getting so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was getting so excited.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So it was good. Just fun. It's been a fun week.
It's
been a fun week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hectic, but fun.
Yep.
What were like the emotions today?
Can't believe I look that way.
Legit.
It's tough, man. Like, it's hard. It's hard to be in my head because I always because I love bodybuilding. I'm always looking at I'm always watching the Mr. Olympia's fucking workout or guys in the top 5. Their workout set. And their day in the life, eating their meals and shit. So I'm always referencing myself off that. Even I've had to mute some people on Instagram purely just because I just don't want to see the 1%,
0.1%,
or the 0.1%.
Yeah,
because I'm just
the 1% of the 1%. Basically.
It's just skewing my expectations because I know that hurts my decision making.
Your drive, yeah.
But it doesn't hurt my drive. It hurts my decision making. I'm not going to do a photo shoot.
Yeah.
When I have getting all these compliments and I've done all this work, and it's just because I don't look like I'm going to win the Mr. Olympia. It's weird. Yeah. So
yeah. Yes, but it's not. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a high achiever thing.
Yeah.
But probably taking it a bit too far. So yeah, today though I was and I did get it at the other photo shoot as well, the recent one. So I feel like the last 3 months have been great because I am very happy. But I did have that you put the work in and you deserve this.
Yeah.
And and it wasn't I put the work in for 6 months.
It's 10 years.
This is how I've wanted to look since I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
You know, when I first saw the biggest person I've ever seen in my life in the gym, which probably wasn't even that big now.
Yeah.
But like when I just saw the first big jack dude, I was just like, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he probably would have been the age I am now.
Yeah.
You know, but I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, from that day onwards, I'm like, that's just how I have to look.
Yeah.
I just never got there. But now I feel like I'm there. So even now, like thinking about the next steps, I'm like, pretty happy. Like, I don't have to go chasing, where there was a period where I was like, I knew I was too small.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to have to, like, bulk for 5 years.
Yeah.
That was, like, once I got married, I was like, you have to put on a significant amount of size now to level up your physique.
Yep.
And I did that. But obviously, you know, there comes with periods of being uncomfortable out of shape.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. So now I feel great, and I'm really, really happy. And yet today, I just, like, this is like it's one video, and now I'm just like, I can't believe I look like that.
So it took me, I said to you, I had a bit of a moment in the car last night, mostly like career stuff, but I think it's just a combination of everything. Like talking about stacking the wins and shit. The last 6 months of doing that, and like, we don't need to go into it, but like, you know what it's like outside of that. Fuck, man. So to get to here,
yeah.
Last night I was like looking through the photos that Tam had sent, and I was like opening just like disassociated. Even the lifestyle pictures, I'm like, that's not me. Like, I don't look like that.
Yeah.
I don't wear cool shirts. I don't have fucking clean shoes. I don't have a jaw. Like, what the fuck? That's not me.
Yeah.
What's this fucking nose ring bullshit? Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And then the rig shots are the same. It's like, I don't know. Like, I'm either skinny or fucking fat powerlifter. Like, I'm not that. And just the whole time was just like, I couldn't absorb it.
Yeah.
And then last night I was like, you know what? I can be that guy. Fuck it.
Absolutely.
So it's cool. It's a cool feeling to be like, yeah, this is it. I'm gonna just be this.
Yeah, I agree.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I think as a leader of a group of people who are somewhat inspired by your actions, it's also pretty cool to just see their reactions.
Yeah.
To you leading from the front.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have this pressure to be in this, like, look like this forever. So I think I'm good enough at my job now to, you know, just have the wins show people that I can get them help.
Yeah.
But fuck, they love it when you're doing it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
Like, they just love watching you do the thing that you tell them to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's just so much power to that, I feel like. And it's fun. And,
I think for
and
my guys too, it's like there's a gap almost too. It's like there's not a lot of my guys that are like getting up at 5 to work, so then they can train and do their 15,000 steps and then get their job done. And there's not a lot of them in my group, so it's kind of like, fuck, man, how you really? Just like pushing that level up across the whole group, which is cool.
Yeah.
And even the standout guys too, like looking at us like, fuck, these guys run 4 businesses.
Yeah.
And they're doing that as well. It's cool.
Can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
That's my biggest takeaway from the last 6 months. It's like you are capable of so much more than you realize.
I remember just before you had your little one, we were like, you can look however you want.
Yeah.
And we were like a bit like, didn't want to go hard on it, but we're able to go, like, I'll probably look better than most, you know, people who are in that situation because they'll just stop training and, you know, the sleep and all that stuff will get away from them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, now it's set in stone.
Yeah.
It's like, it can be done.
There's a couple of days this week that I was like, I decided not to. But yeah, we were talking about when Em was on the podcast. There's like those little God complex moments you have. You're just like, fucking. So I spoke to a coach that we work with that had started to get the like, you wait till you have a kid. Like, it's all over. Good luck.
Yeah.
And I remember saying like, I did more than you before you had a kid.
Yeah.
And I'll continue to do more than you.
Absolutely.
When I have a kid. And I was like, I had a monster fucking day. Macros are perfect, 15,000 steps. I think I trained and did cardio. Huge day of work. And I was just like, I did more today than most people do in a month. And I still spent 3 hours with my son.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you can.
Absolutely.
You can.
Yeah, I almost... I just eject my consciousness out of myself when people talk to me like that now. Just there in physical being. But I'm like...
Jason's left the chat.
I'm not here for your fucking excuses, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
We're going to do about it.
Like,
yeah.
Like, watch me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Then I know about it.
I had my favorite message that I've gotten this entire time. And it's actually fucking humbling how many I've got. I can't believe that people pay attention, to be honest. Shout out to Max. He messages me and he goes, so I've been like pretty happy with myself, right? I run a really successful gym, got another couple other business ventures going, studying, got 2 kids, I'm holding it down, got visible abs, doing pretty good. And I open my fucking phone every day. I'm like, fucking Ben's got a kid, fucking Ben's doing this motherfucking single digit body fat. He's like, so respectfully, fuck you.
Yeah,
that's
hilarious.
That is the nicest fuck you anyone's ever said.
100%. 100%. What are we doing for time?
Do you have any goals before we...
Goals?
Like, look, reflecting on today, because I know you're pretty happy with the complete package.
Yeah, bigger arms, obviously.
Always.
Bigger triceps, specifically.
Yeah. It's funny, because I looked at when I've said triceps before, I looked at our front double bi, and I was like, brother, you need some triceps. About me. Because I was like, look at this guy.
Yeah, but mine I've got like a big long head, but I need like the short head.
Yeah,
like the lateral head. So I just need a bit more meat on this side.
Yeah.
And then, like...
More bench press.
Yeah, more bicep. Bicep. Because even in that shot, like, it just needs to sit a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything else is good. Lats are probably... obviously lats a little bit wider, a little bit thicker, but it just comes with time. Like, it's nothing glaring. Legs are real good, calves are good, hamstrings are good, shoulders are good. Chest is always good.
Yeah.
So...
professional opinion, how many weeks out are we in each?
I would say I'm 8.
Yeah.
And I would say, 8 to 10 for you. Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah.
My other takeaway is I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's not on my bingo list.
Yeah. I'm ready to do it, but I've got all the stuff to do.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to do all this stuff at work, I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all right. It'll happen. It's on the cards, and I know it'll happen when it does. And
I think early next year,
waiting.
I've already penciled in my head to have a conversation with you in February.
Yeah. So,
because I think it's like taking on what we've taken on seems huge.
Yeah.
Because we did 3 months in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's the end of the year, I guess.
Yeah, with so much on the plate.
And I feel like it's that, and I'm a little bit done as well because obviously I had no intention, so I never would have started a prep at that level of body fat.
Yeah, of course.
It's coming out from a holiday, 3 weeks of just eating whatever you want. So I think I'm just a little tired.
Yeah.
So, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mark my words, it's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, I think February, March, maybe even like after Thailand.
Yeah,
we'll be able to say like it's probably after Thailand's a good time for it because we can say this is what's actually required for the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, that was the deal breaker for me anyway.
Yeah,
because I was like, it's the day of the VIX.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't travel to Thailand and bring my food, and I can. It's just like I just can't. There's just a level that I'm not willing to accept.
Yeah,
and that is that.
Yeah. But I think after that weekend, that'll be an intensive thing that we'll either decide we're pulling the thing down again, or it's like, no, where we need to be. And then it'll be, right, what do you need to make this happen? Yeah. Can we do it?
Yeah. And I was...
because like you held it for 3 months while I had a kid. Like it's no different to me.
Yeah. I'm not in a rush anyway.
Yeah.
I was just... This one was a little like, let's just peel it down and see if I've got it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I do.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, if I go and push, I just need 8-10 weeks. And then I can have a crack and tick that box because I've got to tick it. So, I can't not tick it.
So the last thing I'd say, I know you're trying to get into questions.
No, it's fine.
People that are interested in physique, that are interested in the whole process, but the idea of getting on stage or being compared or all of that shit just seems too big a step. I can't recommend what I just did more.
Oh, absolutely.
It was so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
And there's no way I would have gotten the results that I've gotten without it. and will continue. The habits that I've found, like I went to a Christmas party last night. I stopped, got there 15 minutes early, stopped, ate my mince and rice, and then went inside.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't want to eat 3 pizzas.
Yeah.
Like just like so many upsides to doing it. You don't have to get on stage to do bodybuilding.
Yeah. And there's it's well accepted to work towards improving your body and then be an opportunity where you can show it. Like we had our photo shoot and I had a few of my clients come and they were just like, we don't really, this isn't really acceptable where we are.
Yeah.
You can't walk around a gym and flex your muscles and have a camera and shit.
Yeah.
And we're just like, what do you mean? I do this all the time.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, a month later, they did another one together.
Yeah.
Had the best time. Yeah. Shots are incredible. Yeah. I'm so happy for them because of this, they're just like, holy shit, look at this.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, well, what doors does it open for yourself in terms of your growth and development and your goals? And because they'll be like, oh, I can't wait to do it again. And then it's like, well, maybe that 85% on your nutrition compliance turns to 90, 95. Maybe you go to the gym when you're tired after the work. Maybe you give that set that you thought, oh, I can't be bothered, everything you've got. Like, it's just, like I said before, when you see the version of you before it, you're like, I'm gonna eat that person.
And then we were talking about wins and losses. For me, it's like, what does that shit do for your life outside the gym?
100%.
To know, like, I can go 95% there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and just confidence too, man. Like,
I had the thought, like, I've got all those tweet posts I've got coming out. Like, self-confidence it comes from actions, not from mantras.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with someone that would rather eat cold mince and rice than a pizza and a beer.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with that person, dude. Like,
Nah, absolutely.
How secure, how confident, how whatever. Yeah. Sure, there's people that are fucked up that are just like control and all that. But like in terms of self-confidence, self-control, self-mastery.
Yeah. And what decisions do you make?
That's a pretty immovable object.
Yeah, absolutely. And what decisions do you make in other scenarios that better yourself because you have the discipline, the willpower, and the understanding of how to act in alignment with your goals? Mm-hmm. Like, that's why now, like, half of my mates, like, just once I say no, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no, like, trying to talk me into it. Yeah. There's no trying to twist my arm. If I let them know my arm's a bit rubbery, they're like, oh, yeah, let's get him. But that's me. That's me fucking around with them.
Yeah.
Where, like, if I'm just like, nah, they're just like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, everyone came over on the weekend. They were drinking. Do you want a beer, mate? No. Yeah. Not drinking. Got a photo shoot Friday. Sweet. That was it.
Yeah.
Done. No other issues about it. So, yeah, it just compounds, I feel like. And sometimes, like...
And that's the guy that, like, yesterday, again, huge day. I had 5 check-ins left. I was fucking pushing it. I had to go pick up my car from service, get out to U-Strong, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck, it'd be so easy. Just be like, hey...
Yeah, can't do it.
App's playing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll get this to you Saturday.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No, shut the fuck up.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Like, get it done.
Yeah, I made sure that I'd never use my diet as an excuse for anything.
Yeah.
Like, never, I'm tired, I'm this. I never did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only Steph saw me complaining on the couch. No one else. Just sitting there, just like, so tired. Yeah. There's a couple of times, just sprawling on the couch, staring into the TV, not even at it.
Yeah.
All right. So I thought it'd be cool to do some 2025 predictions / maybe some reflections on the year.
Yeah.
So do you have any notable memories from this year when it comes to like your coaching overall? Like even just things that really stand out, even themes. It doesn't have to be one thing. It can just be like a culture shift or whatever.
There's a moment we talked about on the pod at the Sydney comp, 5-6 lifters. Jess was there. She had everyone in the warm-up room. I had one of my lifters ready to go on the platform. 50 Cent was playing. Looked around the room and just like everyone was head nodding.
Yeah.
Just our group. Everyone was head nodding. I'm like, this.
Yeah.
This is what it's about.
Yeah.
So that was a big moment just of like, this is the culture that we have. This is the community. This is the people.
Yeah.
You were interstate the same day. That's the weekend you won your pro card.
National weekend.
Yeah. It's just like, this is fucking...
Yeah.
That was big. Like, I think telling us 5 years ago even, let alone 10... that would be happening.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah, it's life goal shit, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were just in it.
Yeah.
Which I love that we can step a bit back and look at that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we just catch each other. It's like, hey, bro, remember that you're here and I'm there.
Yeah.
Even sometimes we always doing it together.
Yeah.
It was sick to just separate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's cool. That's a cool memory. I have two. So that contest season for me was the one just gone was a huge highlight. And then there was, you remember when we did that workout at Muscle City and like everyone came?
Yeah.
And we got that big photo on the back wall. And then we went and got lunch and got those like hectic steak sandwiches.
Yeah.
And the table was just
Huge.
lined up.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was like, you were there, I was there, Jess was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like all our clients were there. Like we were all just hanging out.
Yeah.
Jackson and Kayla were down. Like, yeah, like Matt was there.
Yeah.
Chloe was there. Like, Sandra was there. Yeah, it was just a good, like everyone from everywhere
showed up
to one spot and we just hung out, had a good time. And then obviously it was so good that it wasn't just like common ground is gym.
Yeah.
Let's go get some food and hang out afterwards.
Yeah. The grounded guys were there as well, Mads. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big lineup.
Yeah.
I want to do that. We held off because we were both hungry. We spoke about it a month ago.
Yeah.
We were like, maybe not yet. But I just want to make like an STC community chat.
Yep.
And it's just like,
We're
we're here.
Yeah.
At this time. Anyone who wants to come.
Yep.
And just let those events happen. Because like I had it with 4 of my girls Saturday. We had to go early so you couldn't come. But even that was sick.
Yeah.
Like
Just little hangouts.
One from Sydney, one from the other side of town.
Yeah.
Like just cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So absolutely about it. And then on like there's lots. And then just all the photo shoots.
All the events.
Yeah. I just have so many photo shoot like shots from my guys this year.
Yeah.
Like I could make a book.
Yeah.
It's spectacular.
Yeah. Actually, I would probably put. It's hard because I don't want to single out one client, right? Because it feels yuck. But
yeah, I was never going to be like it's this one particular outcome. Like
yeah,
you need.
I haven't done a sub-athletic body fat goal for quite a while. I've done it, but I haven't done it for a while.
Yeah.
So that process with Sandra was really fun.
Yeah.
And to get her to the shape that she was in for our shoot and then the one that she did on her own was like, as a coaching thing, it was like, this is something new that I kind of have to figure out again and invest in.
Yeah.
Was cool. And it kind of lit a fire a bit. It was part of why I wanted to do mine.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to remember what this is like because I fucking really enjoyed coaching it.
Yeah.
So I need to be able to next year say, yeah, I know this is how you feel.
You know what's funny, interesting again, and it's just me living in my bubble. I don't actually appreciate how hard it is to do that. So even when I just look at the results I've gotten for my guys, I'm just like, this is just
doing to get the result. Yeah,
it's just doing your job. Like even you probably don't. I don't know if you do the same. Like you sit there and you're like, oh, this person put whatever on their total, and you're like, oh, that's just supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, man, there's fucking heaps of coaches that can't do that.
There's heaps of people that don't get PBs every comp. And I'm like, it's happened.
Isn't it crazy how you just operate at a level of autonomy? You're just like, oh, that's the standard. And it's just like, oh, you did your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you forget that, like, there's other people that's, So, yeah, that's great, man. That's cool. That's another, because it's just like, it'll help you get those eyes that make you push people harder. Kind of like the conversation I had with you a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, there's no malice behind it, but I was just like, these are your options.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have 2 choices. Which one are you going to take? You took the hardest route because, of course, that's what you're going to do. But it paid off.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to know if that's the look, you got to be like, hey, man, I know this is hard, but it's about to get harder.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, like, that sub 10% or let's go sub-athletic level body fat, it's more about the mentality than it is about anything else because it's like you're already in a deficit.
Yeah.
Like, and you're already training and you're already showing up. So it's got nothing to do with all that shit.
Yeah. It's
about getting them to turn another notch and actually be prepared to do it. And that's how you got to get it out of them.
Yeah.
And that'll give you really good skills to get with your clients.
Yeah.
And obviously you got to play the macros a little bit, but
yeah.
yeah. what things that need to die in fitness in 2025?
Fuck.
Is there anything?
I'm so removed, eh?
Yeah, me too.
I don't get upset anymore.
Yeah, I don't really think. Just dumb shit.
Just shit.
Exercises that don't do anything. Like I saw a guy on a, a 45-degree hip extension, and then he had a cable, and he was doing like back extension, like seated rows.
Yeah.
And I was like, this just doesn't.
Paired exercises should die.
Yeah, this does the worst of both.
Yeah.
Because you don't really ever get to like fully extend your hips.
Yeah.
And then you don't really ever get stable enough to work your lats.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit like that needs to die. So I think clickbait shit, like, you know what I mean? Like novel
entertainment training.
Entertainment clickbait shit, I think needs to die. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's pretty simple. Like how you put the plan together. The hard part is the execution of it. The showing up and the mentality, the thing we spoke about before. So these novel exercises aren't going to be like the key to unlocking ridiculous amounts of progress.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at commonalities across like 50 years, 100 years of training. Like it's just major like movement patterns. Yeah, the machines now we're really fortunate to have in the gym, but it's just like hard work progression.
Yeah.
You know, work outside of the gym with your diet. Like I've never done it. I don't know about you, but I've never like had a program where I've had this one exercise and it's just unleashed like just tons of muscle.
Yeah, just deadlifts.
Yeah. Where like I've never done.
Yeah, you know.
But it's never been one of those like out of the box.
Yeah, a weird thing.
Off the cuff. I've never seen this exercise before.
Yeah,
and it's like as soon as I put this in, like my
Ironically, I've had that recently where I was like, my back's let me down a little bit. This isn't good. And I just added bent over rows and it fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Stop fucking around. Just
I've been making barbell rows great again. Yeah. They are the goat. Yeah. I know people talk shit on them.
I'm pretty sure you're going to have a question in there of like what we need more of in 2025. Foam rollers and barbell rows.
There you go. Yeah. Where do you see the industry going next year? You got any predictions?
Online coaching.
Yeah.
And I know people think that if you listen to us, you probably think that online coaching is popular. It's not.
Nah, it's funny. I was talking to Mimi on the way home and she was saying the same thing. She's like, we just live in a bubble.
Yeah, it's not.
I know because no one knows what I do before we opened up the gym.
Yeah.
Now everyone asks me how the gym is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where before that, they just said, how's work?
Yeah. I think it becomes progressively more mainstream. Yeah. I'm seeing it in this challenge. Like, you can still register, by the way. Just shoot me a DM, 28 days. Seeing people that are terrified of what online coaching is, but want coaching, but don't want to pay for personal training.
Yeah.
But they just don't know what it is yet. They don't want to commit to someone. And like the coaches are scary. And like most people that are successful online are also have impressive clients, have impressive physiques themselves. Like I think who I'm seeing come through this challenge are those like been going for the gym long enough
to know they need help. Don't
want a PT, but they want to go to another level, but it's not where all my clients are. They're like, that's too far away.
Yeah.
So like, Mads works at like a medical practice, and was just like, all the nurses, all the doctors, like, hey, you guys should do this, you should do this, and just fucking like caught like fire, man. Like 5 people jumped on it. It's like, they're all looking for it.
Yeah.
But they don't know
where.
Yeah. It's like, is it fucking Ashy Binds? Like, I know that PDF thing isn't it.
Yeah.
But I'm too scared to approach the online coach.
And you may not have like a personal trainer at the gym you work at.
Yeah.
Or you may not vibe with
or they're
them
not
as
good
well.
or whatever.
That's
yeah.
It. Yeah. So
so I think when we started, we had to explain what personal training was to members.
Yeah.
And then 10 years in, we started coaching trainers to be like, everyone's had a PT. Why are you different? Stop giving people prices. Stop doing this because people have different impressions of what PT is because everyone's done it.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on that cusp of online.
Yeah. Yeah. I can get around that. Yeah. So I think where I see the industry going as a whole is just finding ways to create connection and belonging.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be more of that in the next 12 months.
STC Super Saturdays.
Yeah, well, I think just continuing to
shit.
push into that. Yeah, it's just, it's too much screen time. People work too much.
Yeah.
And then even just like, people in our circles maybe don't have the same commonalities or the same interests as like their friends. Like I know I was isolated for ages, just, couldn't talk to anyone about gym and couldn't go anywhere for like a healthy meal and, go get a pump and just have a meal that wasn't a beer and a palm or at a pub or something. So I know how isolated that can feel to be interested in your body and interested in your health and not be able to share or talk about it with anyone.
Yeah.
And then, like we, started knock around at work, but even then that circle was really small. So I think creating opportunities where like-minded people can kind of hang out and communicate, be it online, be it face-to-face, be it a combination of both. I think that's a pretty big thing. Yeah. Not everyone's into the gym, but you can still have friends who aren't into the gym, but people still want to have friends or connections with people that are into the things that they love as well.
So I wonder if that ties into the acceleration of online coaching, that there's some kind of community element.
There has to be something, connection.
The introduction of online coaching was like, not all, but there was a lot of people that like didn't have it face to face, but were good technical coaches. So online coaching was perfect because you didn't have to be that good a communicator.
But that only fulfills a very unique personality.
100%. Yeah, but I think that's where it started.
Absolutely.
And now it's like, no, it's community, it's relationship, it's connection. It's
Well, it probably started from like a introverted person wanting training but didn't want to have to hang out and talk to someone. So then they were just got sent the shit to do.
Yeah.
And sent it by
from
email.
another introverted
person. So they were like, oh, this is perfect. Give me the details. Don't talk to me about how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do the thing.
Yeah.
But then it's obviously caught like wildfire because of, automations, technology. But people still want connection.
Yeah.
And I think that even as a coach, and I know there's some coaches watch this, some people don't, you still have to go out of your way to build a decent relationship with the person on the other side, regardless of whether you ever see them, because you may never actually meet them, physical person. They need to hear your voice. They need to see your face. You need to talk to them regularly. They cannot feel like they're doing this on their own, and they just send off this magical sheet into the matrix and get an update on the way back. Like I just can't see that working in the future. Not when everyone else is going that way.
Yeah. I just find it super unfulfilling as a coach too.
Yeah, it's boring as shit.
Yeah.
Like you want to have a relationship with the person on the other side. It's way more fun.
Yeah.
All right, last question. If you had one piece of advice for someone wanting to take their strength and physique to the next level in 2025, what would it be?
Just go all in for 4 weeks.
I love that.
Do everything right for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Perfect macros, perfect training, perfect sleep, perfect steps. Just be perfect, even for a week.
Yeah.
Just show yourself that you can, and then decide if it's worth it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Like that, you actually nailed it. Yeah. One piece of advice would I have? I think, like, on top of what you said, go into it with the idea that it's going to take everything you have. Because if you're prepared for that, you never fall short.
It's easy on the other side then.
Like even this cut, like I was just like, this is gonna be hell on earth, and but I still have to show up as a husband, as a business owner, as a coach. Like I was like, there's no excuse for me, but it's still gonna be hard. Because then you don't fucking take shortcuts, man. Where if you go into it just like, oh, this isn't going to be hard. And then as soon as it does, you crumble like a deck of cards, man. So I think if, like, giving it that 4 weeks, like you said, but no, it's not going to be a walk in the park. There's a reason why not everybody walks around looking the way that they actually want to look in the mirror. Like there's because it takes discipline, it takes planning, it takes support, it takes the right plan. It's not an accident. So I think you marry those two things together. You do that 4 weeks, man. You'll get that buy-in. Like, cause
I think for most people, you do 7 days.
Yeah, Yeah. 4 weeks, you become unstoppable.
If you did 7, you would get to the 4.
Yeah.
And once you get to the 4, you're like, okay.
4 weeks will change your year.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to say no to the beers on the weekend or the wine or the cheese board or, you know, whatever, because you're like, I did 4 weeks and I already got this. So what happens when I do 4 more? Mm-hmm. And that's, I know, because I felt that. I just got into this groove where I'm like, this just isn't worth it.
Well, that's what I was saying about, like, we did the STC shoot.
Yeah.
And I was 3 weeks out and I was like, I got way more in the tank, man.
Yeah.
It's way more than this.
Yeah.
Like, and that was it. It was just like, this is easy.
Yeah. It's like, I can't remember who I was talking to about it. I was having a yarn with a mate on the weekend, like once everything wrapped up, we're just sitting around and I had a glass of wine. And he's like, and I just said, that's it. Let's no more.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, you have sat here all day, everyone's drinking, everyone's doing whatever, there's food everywhere. And he's like, you ate a bit of food, you had a piece of cheesecake, and then you've had a glass of wine and you've just stopped it there. He's like, I don't know how you do it. And I said, because I've been doing this for 20 weeks. And I said, and I can see the value in not doing these things.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not, I said, honestly, man, it's not worth it.
Yep.
And like, we got our big, like the boys' Christmas party. It's like every year. So it's tomorrow. And I said, don't worry, mate. I said, Saturday, I'm fucking locked in.
Yeah.
I'm like, calories don't exist. I'm like, I am locked in.
Jason doesn't exist.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Wednesday.
And I said, you know, we can just go till we want to stop. And if that's tomorrow, Steph knows I could walk in the door at any time of the day. And then I'm like, you just have to get, because he was like, oh, I want to lose a bit of weight, this and that. And I said, mate, you just have to fucking get to a point where you can see value in the shit you have done. But the hardest part is at the start. It's like one workout doesn't make your muscle big, just like one day of dieting doesn't make your stomach any smaller. But I'm like, you just got to do it enough for you to just go, right, there's a return on this that I'm willing to sacrifice for everything.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, saying about my waist, it's like I could see 2 abs in the morning.
Yeah.
Pushing more means I'm like, because we were saying, like, I never believed I would look the way that I do now.
Yeah.
So I was like, why? I'm not going to diet for 16 weeks. Fuck that. Why?
Yeah.
I'm not going to look like that anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And then that was the photo shoot lead up that I was like, what the fuck? Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's just that, like...
Yeah. It's the belief. It's belief. It's you know, and sometimes you need that lean. And I've been going right in on it with a lot of my guys at the moment. I'm like, I believe you can do this. And I do. And I'm like, you need to believe it too. And I'm like, I can't have that conversation. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to have that conversation with you right now. I don't want to tell you to believe in yourself and make you believe in yourself. But I'm like, you need to find a way. Yeah. And I'm like, and we can definitely do that. And you know, and I'm like, I absolutely know you can do this. Yeah. And then even that, they're just like, you know, getting G'd up about it. So it is a little bit of belief, and sometimes you may need to borrow it. Yeah. But if you go all in, you know it's going to be tough. You do that for 4 weeks, I guarantee you're going to get on the other side of that and be fucking unstoppable. Yeah. It's a pretty good way to finish it.
It's got 3 hours to record, bro. I just want to lift something.
That's a pretty good way to sign off,
sick.
Yeah. This will be the last one for the year, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So I think we might wrap that up. But guys, honestly, thank you so much for all of your support over the last 12 months for like listening to the pod. Like, you know, Ben and I say so much like, you know, this is for us and, you know, we have a good time. And, you know, obviously sometimes the banter can get away from us and we talk shit and whatever. But honestly, like we show up every week with the goal of just giving you guys an insight into who we are, what we're doing and how we can help you guys. So we do appreciate it. We've got big things coming in 2025, like with obviously pivoting, we're doing things in the back end and changing some things around. You'll see a lot of things starting to roll out in the future. Got an exciting new kind of product coming out in a couple of weeks, which you guys will see. And we really look forward to, you know, kind of helping you guys and even just having you guys along for the ride on the podcast in the future. So from the team and I, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll catch you guys in the new year.